All right, are you ready for an absolutely amazing adventure? Today, we are diving deep, deep inside the human body to check out the incredible journey our food takes through the digestive system.
I mean, have you ever really thought about it? You eat a delicious sandwich, maybe a crunchy apple, and then what? Where does it actually go? Well, that's exactly what we're going to find out. So, first things first, why do we even eat? It's simple, really. Our bodies are working all the time, even when we're fast asleep. And all that running, all that learning, and all that growing takes a ton of fuel. Food gives us the energy and the special building blocks, called nutrients, to keep us going strong.
So, the system that does all this amazing work is called the digestive system. A great way to think about it is like a giant food factory that's inside you right now. Its main job is to take everything we eat and break it all down into tiny, tiny little pieces that our body can actually use.
You know, every great journey has to start somewhere. And for our food, that journey begins the second we take a bite. So let's check out these very first steps, from the mouth all the way down to the stomach.
Here's a quick look at the roadmap for our food's journey. It starts in the mouth, then it goes down the esophagus to the stomach, winds through the small intestine, and finishes up in the large intestine. Let's explore each stop one by one.
Okay, first stop, the mouth. This is where digestion officially kicks off. Your teeth do the first big job, chomping everything into smaller bits. Then, your saliva, your spit, gets to work making it all soft and wet so it's easy to swallow. But get this, saliva isn't just water. It has special little helpers in it called enzymes, which start breaking down the food right then and there. And speaking of saliva, check out this number. Can you guess what it is? That's how much saliva the average person makes every single day. 2 whole pints. That is a lot of spit working hard to get digestion started.
So once you swallow, your food doesn't just fall into your stomach. Nope, it travels down a tube called the esophagus. And a really fun way to picture it is just like this says. It's like a slide for your food.
But here's the really cool part. It's not gravity that does the work. The esophagus has these muscles that make a special wave-like motion, squeezing and pushing the food along. It's called peristalsis, and it's so strong you could actually eat upside down, though I definitely would not recommend trying that. After that fun slide down the esophagus, our food arrives at its next big destination, the stomach. And this is where things really start to get mixed and churned up. And this is the perfect way to think about it. The stomach is not just some bag that holds food. Its walls are made of strong muscles that churn and mix everything together, kind of like a washing machine tumbles clothes around and around. So what's going on inside this washing machine? Well, the stomach mixes the food with really powerful juices. These juices have a strong acid that kills off any bad germs that might have been on your food. They also have more of those enzyme helpers to break down things like proteins. After a few hours of this, your food has turned into a thick, soupy liquid called chyme. Okay, from the stomach, our soupy chyme moves into the next part of the factory, the super, super long intestines. This is where the most important job of all happens, grabbing all those useful nutrients for our body. So the first and by far the longest part is the small intestine. And this, everyone, is the main event. This is where all the good stuff, all the vitamins, minerals, and energy from our food gets soaked up by our body. And when I say long, I am not kidding. If you could stretch out an adult small intestine, it would be about 6 meters long. To put that in perspective, that's as tall as a giraffe. It's just amazing how it's all coiled up so neatly inside us.
Inside this small intestine, it's all about teamwork. The liver and pancreas send in some more helper juices to break things down even more. The walls of the intestine are covered in millions of tiny, finger-like bumps called villi. These act like tiny little hands, creating a huge surface area to grab and absorb all those nutrients as they float by.
All right, after the small intestine has grabbed all the good stuff it can, the journey isn't quite over. Whatever is left, the parts of the food our body can't use, moves on into the large intestine. So what's the big difference between the two? Well, the small intestine, as we know, is super long, and its main job is to absorb all those nutrients. The large intestine is shorter, but it's wider, and its main job is to soak up water from the leftover waste. Okay, so we've broken down the food, we've soaked up the nutrients, but now what? How do those nutrients get to where they need to go? This is the big finish, where we see how teamwork in our bodies really does make the dream work. It's actually pretty amazing.
Once those tiny nutrients get absorbed through the walls of the small intestine, they pass directly into our bloodstream. And this is where another incredible system in our body lends a hand. The circulatory system, that's our network of blood vessels, acts like a super fast delivery service. It picks up all those nutrients and rushes them to every single cell in your body, from your brain all the way down to the tips of your toes.
Whew, what a journey. Let's just do a super quick recap. The mouth starts it all by chewing. The esophagus pushes it down. The stomach is that powerful mixer. The small intestine is the star player absorbing the nutrients. And finally, the large intestine soaks up the extra water.
So, what about those final leftovers? The stuff our body just can't use? Well, that solid waste is stored up until it's ready to leave your body when you go to the toilet. And that is the end of the amazing food journey.
So there you have it. An incredible food factory is working away inside you every single day. Now that you know exactly how your body uses food for energy and to help you grow, it really makes you think, doesn't it? What amazing foods are you going to choose to fuel your body for your next big adventure? Thanks so much for joining us.